This is an instructional video that'll show you how to make labels in Google Drive. And so for this, you will need open a Google document and also a Google spreadsheet. One of the other things you'll need to get is an add-on for this. It's called the Avery Label Merge. If you don't have it, and you can find it in your Google document, going under add-ons. If it's not there, you can go to Get Add-ons. And then in the searching box, you can type Avery, label merge, and you can add it. I already have it, so mine shows up as the green button that says manage. Once you install that, you'll be good to go, and you'll need to use that to create a fresh new merge. So the first thing you're going to do is in your spreadsheet, you are going to create a new sheet. And let's say that you want to make labels that are about a field trip reminder. I always name my sheets so that I can remember what I called them. And then in column A, row 1, I'm just going to write what I want my label to say. I like to keep it short. I might say field trip tomorrow. And that's all you're going to have to type. You won't have to do any formatting or anything, but copy it. And then depending on how many labels you want to make, obviously if you want to make a sheet of 30, you are just going to highlight 2 through 30 and paste. And so you have 30 labels or 30 fields that are ready to be filled in. You're done in this, and so the next thing you're going to do is go back to your Google Doc, and you likely have a new one open. This works even if you're already running it, but for this case, we're just going to start fresh. We're going to go Add-ons, Avery Label Merge, New Merge. And then this is the important part, or at least one of them, is to make sure that you're selecting the right label. Otherwise, it might not print exactly correct as you'd like it. Usually the Avery 8160 is the ones that I've been using, but there's a couple others that also have the 30 labels per sheet. So just double check before you select something because your printing could vary otherwise, or it could get cut off. Select it. And then it's going to ask you for a spreadsheet. And this is the spreadsheet where you have typed in your fields that will be merged. And in this case, my spreadsheet is the Avery Labels template sheet. Generally what happens is it's going to bring up the most recent one modified, but you can also search for it, and you can also search by what time it was modified at. So I'm going to select that. And then on the side, it's actually going to open up the add-on here, and it gives us some instructions that you can fall back on if in case you ever forget how to do this. But on the side here, this is where we need to change some things. It has our product, it has our spreadsheet, and this is what we're using, but we need to change the sheet, and we need to use the one that says field trip reminder because that's the one that we want to use. So just grab the little drop down box, select field trip reminder, and then in this case, this document, you can see here, once I clicked outside of the box, it refreshed and it's telling me it's going to do rows 2 to 30. Since I have nothing different in row 1, I'm just going to select row 1 to 30. And just to double check, 1 through 30, those are the ones that are going to be merged. So the other thing I have to do before I can hit merge is over here I have to put my cursor in the box, and this is going to represent the label even though it really doesn't look like it. And then we are going to select this column header name over here, and it's going to place it kind of like a little placeholder in our box. And these brackets will not show up, but this is what is going to tell the add-on to run that merge. So once you see that, you can really add anything else, I think, if you'd like, if you had other additional fields over here, but we're just going to merge this. And it doesn't take very long. And eventually you'll have a little dialog box that pops up that says it's done merging. You can open it up. And they always give you the disclaimer to print on plain paper first to check the print alignment. And I recommend doing that, especially if you're not sure what style label you're using to be exact. Sometimes I've run into problems where it's kind of come close to the edge or got cut off a little bit. But for the most part, it works pretty well. So here's our document. And if you like to have more fun fonts or a different size or everything, you can certainly do that. The thing that I've found is the easiest to do to change the text and how the formatting looks is to highlight my first box here. Notice I'm just highlighting the text. And I have found that for short labels, going bigger than size 24 gives me problems, so I like to limit it to size 24. I'm just going to do 20 today. And then you can change the font if you want. I'm kind of digging this font recently, and I like to center everything, so I'm just going to go ahead and center it. So I really like how that label is looking. What I'm going to do now is I want the rest of them to look like that, so I'm just going to copy this first one. And then I'm not going to grab the whole document because it gets a little crazy that way, but I'm just going to highlight the stuff in the first row, and you can see like it's highlighting my labels, and I'm just going to paste. And then I'm going to go out and do the same thing with the middle row. And finally, I'm going to paste my last row. Okay, and so my labels are all set to be printed. Once again, you can always double check on a sheet of paper before you print it, but otherwise print them out on your labels and you'll be good to go. The other thing you can do too is that you can just use this document if you don't want to run through the merge, and you can just change one of the labels on here and then just go through and copy and paste everything too. So you can do that as well. Hope this helps. Have a great day.